Hello, friends. You are watching Science News. Today, we will talk about the latest discoveries by Russian scientists about real research being conducted in medicine, physics, artificial intelligence, and fundamental science, without grand promises and without science fiction. One of the key areas in modern medicine remains the early diagnosis of diseases, especially cancer. Russian research groups are working on liquid biopsy methods. This is a blood test that makes it possible to detect molecular signs of disease even before clinical symptoms appear. At the Petrov National Medical Research Center of Oncology in St. Petersburg, clinical trials are being conducted on tests based on circulating free DNA, or cfDNA, for the early detection of lung and colorectal cancer. Fragments of DNA and RNA, as well as specific proteins that may be released by altered cells, are analyzed in the patient's blood. The main scientific challenge is to distinguish truly significant signals from natural biological fluctuations. To achieve this, methods of mathematical statistics and machine learning are used, which are capable of analyzing large datasets simultaneously. At the Skolkovo Institute of Science and Technology, algorithms are being developed that make it possible to detect tumor markers even at extremely low concentrations, less than 0.1%. This makes diagnosis possible at a stage when the tumor cannot yet be detected by computed tomography or magnetic resonance imaging methods. This approach allows diseases to be identified at the very earliest stages. It increases the effectiveness of treatment, reduces the strain on the patient's body, and lessens the need for aggressive therapy. Another important area remains physics and the creation of new materials. Russian scientists are working on substances with predetermined properties: high strength, heat resistance, and durability under extreme conditions. At the Institute of Problems of Chemical Physics of the Russian Academy of Sciences in Chernogolovka and in the laboratories of the Moscow Institute of Physics and Technology, new materials based on graphene, borides, and their composites are actively being modeled and tested, capable of retaining their properties at temperatures above 2000 degrees Celsius. The process of creating a new material begins with theoretical modeling. Scientists calculate the crystal structure, the distribution of atoms and electrons, as well as the behavior of the material under high pressures and temperatures. After this, experimental samples are created at the micro and nanoscale, and laboratory tests are conducted. Such materials can be used in aviation, space technology, nuclear energy, and microelectronics. Even a slight improvement in the properties of a material can lead to significant technological progress. Modern science is also closely connected with the development of artificial intelligence. Russian researchers are developing algorithms that are able to learn faster and more efficiently than classical neural networks. In the laboratories of the Russian Academy of Sciences and at the Skoltek Center for Artificial Intelligence, so-called physics-informed neural networks are being created, models whose architecture is initially based on the laws of conservation of energy and momentum. Most modern models require enormous amounts of data and significant computational resources. New approaches make it possible to reduce the amount of training required, increase the robustness of algorithms, and make them more interpretable and energy efficient. Such technologies are especially promising for medical diagnostics, robotics, and autonomous systems where reliability and predictability of operation are crucial. Fundamental science holds a special place in scientific research. Russian scientists are involved in the study of cosmic radiation, neutron stars, the structure of galaxies, and the nature of dark matter. At the Baikal Deep-Water Neutrino Telescope and as part of the Spectre-RG project carried out in cooperation with international partners, observations are being conducted of high-energy cosmic events and processes in the universe. Although such research does not provide immediate practical benefits, it is precisely these studies that allow us to test the fundamental laws of physics under extreme conditions. Many technologies that seem commonplace today appeared thanks to similar theoretical work in the past. Modern discoveries are increasingly emerging at the intersection of different scientific disciplines. Physics merges with biology, mathematics with medicine, programming with chemistry. An interdisciplinary approach makes it possible to find solutions to problems that cannot be solved within a single field of knowledge. Science is not about solitary flashes of insight or loud proclamations. It is a long collective process based on verification, doubt, and precision. Russian scientists, like researchers all over the world, continue to push the boundaries of our understanding of the world and to shape the technologies of the future. This was your Science News.